And this is kind of an example of a number of questions that are in the chat where you can load multiple documents. So you can see at the top, I loaded 3 examples. They were just examples I found off the web, like nothing special. And I input the company profile, but as we've noted, you can also enter it as a baseline. This is a very basic prompt where I started and said, this make-believe company needs help creating a new MSA for its product. I already talked to it about what the product would be and the kind of regulatory space it's in. And then mark down saying, I want it to look at these attachments. Please use these examples, review the section. So I'm telling it what to do in a step-step basis. So it's saying, make me a comprehensive list, be careful with your time. And also saying like, this is super important. So it kind of makes it focus on the output, and then highlighted that there are 3 attachments. So make sure to look at the 3 attachments. And it created this list. I was like, great. I also have another example. If we've all seen the bond terms, cloud terms, client was really interested in this template. I said, great. I want it to also maybe take a look at this one and update the list. Can you make me an updated checklist? And it said, after looking at it, here's the updated checklist. I said, great. This looks good. I've created many MSAs. So I was like, this looks pretty good. And now comes to the meat of it. I was like, great. This is super helpful. And I said, instead of a list, can you put it in a chart that I can paste into Excel? So now it's taking content and making it into something that I can transfer into a doc that I can share. This brought up a number of questions in the thread about kind of how you transform the content into kind of deliverables for your teams. And I said, I gave it instructions on what I wanted that chart to look like. And I added these extra things. I said, tell me how these sections help my company. And if I wanted to bolster those sections, how could I bolster those sections? And I call it changes adjustments that can be added to protect the company. And it made this beautiful little chart that then I could go to my client and explain kind of what these sections mean. It became a training tool for my teams to operationalize my MSA, because now they can go and be like, indemnification, we want to focus on this area if possible. And they can come in and look at the sections and say, okay, if they got edits to it, this is what it means to the company. And then they come to me with kind of a foundation of understanding what this template means, what the sections mean. And it becomes kind of a training tool for my teams to really understand how this works. And this is kind of an example of a number of questions that are in the chat where you can load multiple documents. So you can see at the top,